Welcome back, everyone, to Real Men of Real Estate. I am your host, Paul Matamoros with Envisage Real Estate Incorporated, DBA, and Metro Properties Holding Company. I've had a special guest through these segments with me, Abel Fregoso Jr., a mortgage loan originator from Homebridge. We have discussed with Abel three questions. Where are the interest rates heading? We noticed that Abel did share some important information on that. The second question, what are the differences between QM loans versus non-QM loans? And then also the last question, where is the real estate market heading? Well, Abel, please share some more with what you want to share with the audience, please.
Thank you, Paul. So I want to go back to an earlier comment that I made about how I believe there's going to be more inventory in the marketplace come the summer and the later part of the year. So when the pandemic hit, the government decided that they were going to help the public, especially those that were being shut down, they're losing their jobs, they weren't able to bring in income, but they own a home and had to make mortgage payments. They introduced what is called a forbearance program. Unfortunately, there was so much misinformation about what a forbearance program was all about. And all of a sudden, it just caught fire where people were saying, you know what, my mortgage company says I can miss 3 payments and not be affected in my credit because I'm in forbearance. And we saw just a slew of people go into forbearance during this pandemic. But unfortunately, they did not understand that whatever that forbearance plan was it for 90 days, 6 months, 1 year? At the end of that forbearance period, the entire payments are due. So if you had a 90-day, then all 3 payments are due. So if you had a $5,000 mortgage, now you owe $15,000 all at once. And so people said, wait a minute, I can't afford that. Well, you know what? You're now going to have to make arrangements with the servicer to either modify, defer, or just flat out can't afford the house anymore. So what we're seeing is that the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, has instructed all servicers to really do everything they can for these people that went into forbearance and did not understand what it all meant. Now we've got all these people that have these back payments that can't make the payments. And now they're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to lose the property to foreclosure. No, there is over $1 trillion in equity in these properties. So for them to say, you know what, I'm just going to let them foreclose on me, that would be dumb. They need to hire a real estate agent, put the property on the market, and cash out that $200,000, $300,000 in equity that they have. So that's why we're going to see more inventory come to market, because those people are going to be forced to sell their homes because it would be just ridiculous to lose it to foreclosure.
Fantastic. And this, Abel, this is coming from your executive experience or position with Wells Fargo Bank when you used to deal with foreclosed properties, right? Short sales, REOs. Fantastic. Yep. So, you know, our listeners, I love to educate myself, and I see that what I have learned, like Abel, I think he's the same way too. We want to share our knowledge with people, and I try to surround myself with people that like that. You know, along with the Real Men of Real Estate, the group there, and Marie, we all appreciate learning and sharing. And this is what has brought value to our shows. And we want to keep going that. We don't want to just, this is going to be non-esoteric. In other words, that people that just keep information to themselves, we don't want that. We want to share it with people, because after all, you are our clients. If we could share with you the ease of either buying, refinancing, or things like that, it's going to make for a better win-win situation. Fantastic. Well, Abel, I wanted to mention something else here too. In San Francisco, like in Southern California, do you see that that people are getting to the point that that they are being a little bit concerned about this, foreclosing situation that might be right over the horizon?
Yeah, and mostly because I still have a lot of friends in servicing, and they keep telling me that, the amount of modifications, deferrals that they're processing are pretty high, but not everybody is going to qualify for those programs. And so those are the people that are going to have to find another solution to figure out, okay, I don't want to lose all that equity I have in that property, so I need to figure out what my next step is. But, again, Paul, you mentioned it, and I believe it. If you walk away with one idea from our show today, then we've accomplished what we were set to do.
Fantastic, Abel. Well, Abel, if you could voice your phone number twice, that would be great, please.
Absolutely. Area code 619-572-3316. That's area code 619-572-3316.
Okay, and here is my phone number, listeners, 415-226-4155. Once again, area code 415-226-4155. And my website that we could help you, sanfranpropertiesforsale.com, and go there, and it'll be so easy for you to get a hold of me. And if you wanted to talk to Abel, I will get you in touch with Abel. Abel, it has been a pleasure to have you here on Real Men of Real Estate. I hope our listeners see the value in qualified, experienced gems like yourself. This is so great. I mean, it brings me real great joy. And actually, in the future, I'd love to invite you again, because this is an evolving industry that we're in. And so it's so beautiful to make connections with people of like mind that they love to learn and share. Well, folks, once again, I am your host of Real Men of Real Estate. My name is Paul Matamoros. I have a business, Metro Properties Holding Company, but I also do business in San Francisco as Envisage Real Estate Incorporated. It's been a pleasure to have this show with you, Abel. Abel, we're going to have to get together again.
Absolutely, Paul. Thank you very much for having me.